CDL students and even drivers who are now driving, who's been driving for several years. Having a side business, something on the side that you enjoy doing to earn extra money, and also as you progress during your CDL career, you might have a job when you retire. Or maybe something to give you a little extra money. So this is what I have done. I did this for quite a few years. I still have some of these shirts. Some of them I've worn, some of them I have not worn yet. And it went from sweatshirts, hooded sweatshirts, all kind of apparel. So when I started out, I was just selling items for another driver in another state. Then I said, wait a minute, I can do this on my own. So I start going to a printer, screen printer and embroiderer, and start selling. Then I started thinking to myself, wait a minute, let me cut her out, and I can do a lot of this on my own. So I hired a contractor, a digitizer, and eventually bought my own heat press, and I started doing a lot of this on my own. Instead of having someone else order the shirts for me, I said, wait a minute, I will order my own apparel. Now, because I wasn't ordering a lot, I couldn't get the discounts. But I talked to the apparel companies and I said, look, give me a chance, give me the flat rate or the lowest possible rate and see how well I do. And as long as I keep on using you, maybe I can get the best rates when I sell this stuff. So that way I can make money. So naturally, I started out with tractor trailers. And which is nice. Most of the tractor trailers are the ones that I have driven. I took a picture of it, had it digitized. Screen printing. So I had companies create, color it. And where I had Baltimore, Maryland, I had another print where I can cut out every state in the United States and then put that underneath. Instead of Baltimore, I can have New York and wherever they were at. Then I started doing school buses. And school buses, I'm going to start selling more school bus shirts and apparel than what I was selling for tractor trailers. But it's a niche. So when I started out, instead of just selling screen print items and embroidery items for everybody, I was giving a good tip. I said, get a niche, Steve. Sell, what are you doing? You're a tractor trailer driver. Why not? Your specialty will be transportation wear. And I said, you know what, you got a point there. So that's what I started doing, transportation wear for the transportation industry. And I was selling shirts from East Coast to West Coast. Okay, another little tip, which I was doing, since I was driving, I really didn't have much time to do this. And I had, hopefully, if you have a wife, you get your wife involved in it. And what I was doing is, since I didn't have all that time, I said, let me see what I'm going to do here. I am going to get people who I know to sell for me. I'll go to a bus company. Instead of selling to the whole, setting up a stand and taking so much time that I didn't have, selling it, I had one person at that bus company take the orders, sell it, and send the orders back to me, and I'll order the shirts, get them printed, and get it back to that person. So I dealt with one person at one company, dealt with, throughout the United States, dealt with singular persons who sold for me. Now, they might have made more money than what I made, but due to time, I still made great money. They made money. And I was only dealing with one person instead of 60 truck drivers, and it worked out great. Also added maybe dogs and pets to my, as I moved on, dogs and pets and other items. But I did expand a little bit. Also a big point, another little tip is, every time I went on vacation, I didn't pay a dime for that vacation. I wrote it off of my taxes because a lot of the printing was done in Florida, so I just drove to Florida, spent a little time with the owner of the printing place, showing what I want. He worked with me, he gave me some tips, and I wrote the whole vacation off as a business expense. So what a way to go. And as I drove around, maybe to truck stops or another one, I just kind of passed a little flyer out to them. I said, how about being a seller for me? So basically, I put money on the side to cover just in case things didn't work out and someone messed around with me. But most of the time, everyone was pretty honest, and I didn't really lose hardly any money. So it was a gamble in a way at the beginning until I built up enough money to protect myself against a big loss. But over the course, I didn't lose one dime. I didn't lose anything. As long as the quality was good, I never bought a cheap shirt. All the shirts were the top quality, and the people who I sold to knew they can trust me. Trust is a big part, and don't want to get the video too long, but yeah, get a niche out there, make some money on the side, and who knows? You might wind up just buying an embroidery business, but it doesn't have to be embroidery. It can be anything, something that you like to do. So create a business on the side, and you always have something else to fall back on, and hopefully make that little extra money. It's good security for your family. Get your wife involved, and it can be cups, it can be anything, but anything that you enjoy to doing. And that's about it. There's a lot more to it, but hopefully this video might perk your interest in creating a little side business as you truck down the road. Be safe out there, and see you on the next run.